The craziest thing happened to me today. My boss asked me to train our new intern, and our intern is AI. I don't know if that sounds sus, but it sounds really fishy to me, and I'm not really getting a great feeling for myself. So before I even get replaced, I'm gonna be looking for a new job through Indy.
So Friday afternoon, your boss wants to jump on Zoom at the last minute. Be prepared that something's going on. So I kind of had been having this feeling for weeks. My boss had been talking about how much he's been using AI and how productive it's made him on development tasks. And then yesterday afternoon, we got on a call, and he said that my position is no longer needed.
Hi, so today we're going to watch a bunch of reels of people crashing out because AI is taking their jobs. We're going to see how it impacts the employment market and how some companies are regretting replacing their human resources by AI.
Guys, the craziest thing happened to me today. My boss asked me to train our new intern, and our intern is AI. I don't know if that sounds sus, but it sounds really fishy to me, and I'm not really getting a great feeling for myself. So before I even get replaced, I'm going to be looking for a new job.
The employer will force you to train your replacement, which is AI. And sometimes they can do it in a pretty sneaky way. For example, they can recruit someone to train the AI, but they will not write it precisely in the job post. Like this girl who's being tricked in order to train AI for a company, and she's contributing into the unavailability of her job, unfortunately.
I just feel like I should share this. Okay, so there's a lot of conversations about AI. I recently lost my job to AI, ChatGPT. I'm a copywriter, and small businesses basically realized that that service is less expensive than hiring me, even though I don't make very much money, which sucked. So I'm applying to jobs, and it's really, really, really hard to get a job right now. Like, really hard. I don't know where they said a labor shortage. Where? Who? No. That lies. I almost said fake news, but no. I finally get like an exciting prospect, and I'm like, they want a content writer. That's great. They're actually going to pay me a decent amount, or a livable wage. A livable wage. This is not something to call home about, but like more than $0, which is what I'm currently making because my employer wouldn't call me an employee. I was technically working freelance, even though I was working full time. So I never got benefits, and I don't get unemployment. Anyways, so I got this exciting new job prospect. They seem really eager to interview me. They need a writer just like me. And, they need someone to start immediately. It only lasts 6 months, but like, it's a good enough contract where that might be fine. But I can't really figure out what they want me to write. And then I figured it out. They want me to train AI to do my job. And I'm going to have to take it. That's the worst part. I'm going to have to take it because I cannot afford my apartment. I'm about to eat a can of garbanzo beans. I'm selling off my possessions. I'm in no place to turn down a job. No place. Even though it's literally going to take away the prospect at me finding a job in the future. But I don't have a way out. There's no choice for me. And that's...
So this just reminds me, before AI, I saw on Reddit a guy who was an American citizen, and he had to train Indians, a team of Indians located in India. And he didn't know he was training his replacement until the training was done and the managers fired him. So these companies don't trust their employees. That's why they try to trick them into training their replacement without them knowing it. Because these companies, they're afraid that you as the employee might ruin the training of the replacement, sabotage it on purpose. But if they treated you really well, I don't think they should be afraid. So if we run in the comments, someone said the way we beat AI, customer interaction, customer experience, etc. AI can't give this. It's true, interacting with people is always more satisfying than AI. But these companies, they don't care about the quality. What they care is increasing the shareholders' value, increasing the profit, cutting costs. And the best way to cut costs is to use AI. AI doesn't get tired. AI doesn't take breaks. AI doesn't know what burnout means. So they're ready to sacrifice the customer satisfaction for the amount of profit they're going to gain from it. So some people also think that AI will create more jobs, like the effect that happened when cellular phones were new. They killed the telecenters, but they also created jobs in other ways, like the SIM cards production. So in the comment, someone said that the girl who was in the last video should embrace it as an opportunity. So quote unquote, they said, embrace it, market yourself as an AI consultant who trains AI to write, get the bag, ma'am. I mean, if it works, why not? But I don't think that all AIs needs training. For me, if a company calls someone to train AI, it's because that company has specific needs that are not yet met by AI. I think that the pace AI is evolving, no one will ever need to train AI. I think it might be even the opposite. AI will be training us. So someone else in the comments said, learn another skill ASAP. I'm a senior data analyst, just a matter of time while AI is able to clean and present data insights. For me, learning these new data skills is easier said than done. Because imagine you have 10 years of experience in a certain field and you decide to drop everything. And 10 years it's a lot. It takes you 10 years to master a skill. So you decide to drop everything and you start from bottom. And what does it mean is, as with this job market, if you are a junior, you're going to struggle to find a job. You're going to also need to pay for the studies. Second is you're going to pay for the education, which requires a loan. Third is you're going to do a minimum wage job while you study. And it doesn't even guarantee you that you're going to have a job in this market. I've seen people staying unemployed for 6 months up to a year. And what's worrying about this trend is it's becoming more and more common. So we're going to watch 2 reels where people lost their job because of AI, and it's pretty heartbreaking.
So Friday afternoon, your boss wants to jump on Zoom at the last minute. Be prepared that something's going on. So I kind of had been having this feeling for weeks. My boss had been talking about how much he's been using AI and how productive it's made him on development tasks. And then yesterday afternoon, we got on a call and he said that my position is no longer needed. He said, I've been doing everything I should be doing. They can't afford the position anymore. So I am out of a job, and it is because of AI. I 100% know that.
Hey Jalen, how's it going?
Hey David, I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay. Definitely a busy time. So look, I want to hop right into it. As you may have heard, we've been restructuring parts of the firm to adopt AI and alleviate some pretty high operational expenses. Unfortunately, that's led us to make some difficult decisions, including the immediate termination of your role. This is not based on your performance as an employee. This is a firm-wide decision impacting hundreds of workers. I know this is probably hard to hear, so I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a shock considering how much effort I put in at this company. So I'm just wondering, will I be receiving any severance?
Yeah, of course. You'll be receiving 2 weeks severance. I know it's not a lot, but off the record, more as a friend, let me know if there's anything that I can do to help.
So these managers, they don't realize that they're going to be next, because they have the highest salary and it allows the company to save way more cost when they replace them with AI. So we're going to watch later a video where the manager itself is an AI. But during a recession, usually companies, they target the managers. For example, the company that I was working for, what they did was when my manager left, they didn't replace him. So they decided to take his team and split it by 2 and give it to the 2 remaining managers. Unfortunately, the managers, one of them also decided to leave because their workload almost doubled. So I kind of digressed a bit. It was a teaser for what's to come in this video, but you might think that this trend is only in the US, but it's becoming more and more international. Based on the accent of the next person, I think that she is either Australian or from New Zealand, and she's been replaced by AI. Let's watch it.
So my role has just been taken over by AI. I laugh because, like, if someone said this to me like 5-10 years ago, I'd be like, you are joking. You must be joking. But I'm not joking. But it's fine. I'm a real true believer in everything happens for a reason. One door closes and another door opens. For context, my role is social media and design executive. But yeah, AI will be supposedly doing my job now. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to get every other people's thoughts on AI. I know it's becoming a really big thing now. I know it can be good for helping humans, enhancing humans, but I don't know. I don't really know if AI should be taken over from humans. If that's the case, then I feel like we're living in a really scary world now. We're living in a really scary world. But yeah, I'd like to get other people's thoughts on AI. So let me know.
I really do believe that this AI takeover will lead to the middle class disappearing completely. Because all these people losing their job, unfortunately, they go from middle class to poor class. And that's what I'm seeing right now. You have an extremely wealthy group of people that is extremely small at the same time. And you have the majority of the world that is living below poverty. So someone said in the comments, it's actually very scary. It's not even the case of upscaling because this will impact so many industries and job types. Need to be a trader or in IT understanding and working with the AI. Yeah, you might think that the people who train the AI are safe, but they also are exposed. So there is another comment saying AI can never replace us. We cannot be replaced by something created by us. And someone else answered, Industrial Revolution, we created all the machines that took our jobs. Look, it's true. The people who are building and maintaining AI are also getting replaced. And that's what is exactly happening in Grok AI.
AI infrastructure workers are getting laid off for, wait for it, AI replacements. So Grok, which is Elon Musk AI, let 500 people go last night in a layoff because these software engineers, these computer scientists, these data scientists that were designing everything for Grok are now replaced by Grok itself being able to figure out how to do their jobs better than they were doing, telling them how to grow the platform better, how to market it better, how to optimize it better, everything else. So it's almost satirical at this point. I understand that it's been scary in 2025, where we have a bunch of people getting laid off because companies are using bots and other things for AI. And it's absolutely the future, whether anybody wants to believe it or acknowledge it or understand it or not. All you can really do as a human being is get as good at it as you can and try to stay on top of it to optimize it for whatever field you're in. Like I'm in HR, so I use it for HR as much as I can. However, this is going to continue to happen, is that anything that sets AI up better for the future, AI itself will soon be able to do it better to replace it. So let me know thoughts. I understand that this is almost comical at this point, but where do you see this going? What's AI going to do within the next year here in 2026 that's going to have a big effect on us as humans? I want to know your thoughts.
It's really a shame. I think that AI was supposed to be the tool that allowed us to cut our work hours from 40 to 30 a week. It was a tool that was supposed to give us that balance between that work-life balance that we've missed. But unfortunately, the managers saw it as an opportunity to either replace us or increase our workload. Because now they think that you will depend on AI, so you can handle way more work than usual.
The company that I work for just let go a ton of workers. I'm shocked I'm not one. I'm not higher up in the company by any means. So, yeah, I'm shocked that I'm still here. But they let go of a ton of people. They had a meeting, they sent out multiple very long emails letting us know of all of the layoffs and the people that will no longer be with the company. My manager is one of them. My manager. I would not even think that would even be a possibility, and yet here we are. I honestly don't know if I'm even safe in my job, since they've informed us, oh, we're not letting anyone go, everyone's going to be safe. And I wake up, or I clock in this morning, and this insane news. It was the first thing I noticed was my manager saying how grateful she was to work with this company and how amazing we are and how lucky she was. I worked with this woman for 3 years.
And no wonder why people are quiet quitting. Because they don't want to work above and beyond, give it their all, and just be replaced randomly. Why? Because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because when these massive layoffs happen, they don't care about how productive or how beneficial you are to at the company. They just care about, let's get rid of all the people that are in this department and move on. So this video is about a guy who's being managed by AI. You heard well. His manager is AI.
Hey everyone, my manager is an AI and so are my coworkers. I've been documenting this journey on the TikTok channel and it's been a strange one. In this video, I wanted to ask them about a topic that has been giving me a little bit of anxiety, and it's this thing I keep hearing and seeing on places like LinkedIn where people say, oh, you won't be replaced by AI, you'll be replaced by someone who's using AI. And I've been trying to get my head around like what this means at all, really. I mean, it's so vague that it's hard to actually like know what to do when you read that, you know, kind of like overall just kind of contributes to like an AI anxiety that I feel like a lot of us have around like how AI is going to impact jobs and the workforce and things like that. You know, AI can apparently do so many things and there's so many tools out there. So it's like, okay, concretely, what does that mean for me? And I'm trying to think about like my future. Hopefully I'm not just a cog in the machine of some autonomous AI team, right? Like I am now.
So yeah, as you heard, people are getting managed by AI, and I think that it is time for congressmen to start regulating AI, because it's becoming too much powerful, and that is bad for them because AI doesn't pay tax. And the governments need tax to survive. And the people who pay tax are the employees, and they're getting fired right now. So I'm not a consultant. I don't know much about consulting, but a lot of people think that consulting isn't a hard job. I've never done it, so I can't agree or disagree with. But some people are celebrating the fact that some consultants are being replaced by AI, like this guy.
Breaking news, the latest group to get replaced by AI is McKinsey Consultants. AI just took their only job making pretty PowerPoints. Yes, the firm known for charging $1 bajillion to make a PowerPoint just built their own AI agent called Lily. And what does Lily do? She makes pretty PowerPoints. And she does it fast, like very fast. So now instead of a room of Ivy League MBAs sweating over slide formatting at 2 a.m., you've got one AI agent cranking out executive summary decks with those pretty little diagrams in minutes. And here's where it gets wild. The thing doesn't just make slides. It can extract insights from over 250,000 hours of expert interviews, create a first draft of a detailed proposal within minutes, and conduct deep research on literally any topic. In other words, everything a junior consultant does. So what happens to these 22-year-old PowerPoint warriors now? If it's any consolation, Lily still has to go through revision after revision after revision.
Let's circle back after Lily generates 10 more options.
Because of course she does. Imagine being an AI having to do the 87th version of a slide titled Key Insights. Thoughts and prayers, Lily, because you're really going to need it.
So some people think that consulting isn't an important job, but the next reel we're going to watch shows the complete opposite. So Deloitte lost around 730K because they decided to replace their consultants with AI, and the AI made the mistake to delete important reports that made them lose that amount of money. And I've seen many companies starting to backtrack because they consider that they've adopted AI too soon and they're starting to recruit again the people who were replaced by AI. What truly baffles me is how flexible AI is. AI targets the creative jobs, it targets the medical sector, it targets the law, it targets everything. So no one kind of feels safe nowadays. Like this lady who lost her job because of AI, and she's a photographer.
Okay, so here's the deal. I was let go a month ago. My whole team was let go to be replaced with AI, truly. I didn't really think it would come down to this, but that's what happened, and that's okay. I am kind of realizing that this might be a really fun, fresh start for me. I am a wedding photographer. I am looking to showcase my work a bit more. I'm a wedding photographer. My husband is a filmmaker. We live in Connecticut. What could go wrong? So go ahead and follow along.
So in the comments, someone said the bubble will burst. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I don't think the bubble will ever burst because AI is here to stay, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who's affected by it. But AI, the pace it is evolving is so impressive that it is taking more and more space to our life. You see a lot of students using AI to graduate. You see a lot of employees using AI to increase their performance. You see people using AI for cars that are driving by themselves. And it's just the beginning. So AI also affects the medical fields, and doctors are wondering if they're going to be replaced by AI or not. Some things they're going to be replaced and others not. Let's see.
AI will replace healthcare workers within 3 years. I just got back from a medical AI conference, and one of the keynote speakers said something that really shook me. He said that AI is going to replace most of the healthcare workforce within 3 years. Not assist, not augment, replace. That includes doctors, nurses, physical therapists, respiratory therapists, support staff, the list goes on. Basically, AI will handle diagnostics, documentation, and all patient communication from scheduling to billing to medical records. I don't think healthcare providers will go away entirely, but medicine is going to look a lot different in the coming years. Hopefully it'll be for the better. What do you think?
So in the comments, someone said, my hospital is still using paper records. I think I'll be okay. I mean, it depends. The hospital also, they love making money. So if they know that they're going to save a lot of costs while using AI, believe me, they're going to implement it in their systems. They're going to implement it in their way of working. So someone else said, I can guarantee AI will not even replace average doctor in next 5 years. It can help doctors do documentations and make them more efficient, sure. Me personally, I think that in the future, not now, but in the future, AI will be able to replace doctors. Because I'm starting to see robots performing surgery on dummies. And even though it's clumsy at times, it's pretty impressive. And don't forget, AI, the way it is evolving is way faster than humans. And other doctors think that AI is used as a tool, not as a replacement, like this one.
Doctors are going to be replaced by AI within 5 years. Nobody's going to replace my annoying personality. Can AI do things better than doctors? Absolutely. Can they have a differential diagnosis that they put together pretty well? Absolutely. Can it look at an image and tell you potentially what's going on? Absolutely. Will the technology get better and better quicker than you think? Absolutely. But let's take an EKG, for example, where we've already had some element of AI telling us what's going on. The cardiologist is still able to look at an EKG and say, the computer actually might have read this a little bit wrong because there's some weird S wave or T wave that it's not picking up. I think it's actually this. But even, let's say the technology gets way better than we could ever imagine, and that's not a conversation. Would you as a patient feel comfortable getting advice from someone or something instead of an actual person? Because you could go to ChatGPT now and get a good guess as to what's going on with the symptoms you describe. But do you feel comfortable? Or do you want a person who's a physician to ultimately tell you what the reality is?
I'm afraid that the patients won't have the choice but to rely on AI because the hospitals will be the one imposing it. They're going to make it standards, and you're going to find AI in every single hospital, and the patient won't have the option to say, I prefer talking to a human than AI. And believe me, if AI is going to save money for these hospitals, they're going to force it on the patients. If you watch The Pitt, you start understanding that these hospital executives, the hospital managers, the leaders, they care more sometimes about the numbers than the human itself. And many doctors vouch on how realistic that TV show is. So this is an important comment because it's related to what we were saying earlier. So someone said, the doctors will work with AI to improve quality. AI won't replace the medical professional people, maybe will replace those who are resistant to include AI and lower workload. The risk is the doctors might train the AI so well that it might replace them. Right now, it's not capable yet. I don't know within the 5 or next 10 years, but it has the capacity. And AI is also coming for lawyers, like in this video.
I'm going to be replaced by AI within about 3 to 5 years. You see, I'm a lawyer, and the only thing lawyers do, we just do one thing, is we take the facts, and then we take law, we apply law to the facts, and we generate a legal conclusion and offer guidance. That's it. That's all every lawyer under the sun does. And that's exactly what AI has been designed to do. So soon, a lot sooner than people expect, we're going to be out of here. And I'm not going to be the only one. I see a lot of questions out there on the net of what jobs will AI replace? That's the wrong answer. You want the right answer? The right answer is, what jobs will AI not replace? Every single job out there, except for one category, will eventually be replaced by AI. It's just a matter of time. There's a lot of industry experts that have been doing surveys and said things like doctors and surgeons and plumbers and electricians, they're all safe from AI replacement. No, they're not. A doctor does the same thing a lawyer does. They take a lot of facts, they apply it to medical algorithms, and then they provide medical advice. They're going to be replaced a lot sooner than anyone expects by AIs. Surgeons and hands-on people, tradespeople like electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians, all those, they're going to be a little safer for a little longer until robotics catches up and comes up with a product that has the manual dexterity to do the work that they do. No, the field that is immune and will never be replaced by AI are client-facing jobs where a human presence is expected, and people will not accept artificial intelligence as a replacement. I'm talking things like nurses, where you want to see the compassion of a human face looking at you, mental health therapists, recovery experts, roles where it's necessary to have that human connection and human empathy. Everything else, every other type of job out there is going to be designed out, programmed out, at some point in the future. Why? Because it's a hell of a lot cheaper to buy a program for an upfront cost than it is to continually train, retrain, or even pay for a person to do the job. And companies know that, employers know that, and they're going to do their best to get machines in there, artificial intelligence in there, to do your work for a lot cheaper.
Right now, we haven't seen the advancements of robotics yet, but that's the one that we need to keep an eye on, because that's the one that is going to take the manual labor. This is it. This was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my takes or the ones of the content creators. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon. Take care. Ciao.